So you know Peak. You probably do, it was pretty popular. I mean, they even got bbnos, that's crazy. You crash land on the beach and you grab everything not nailed down to try to get on top of the mountain. The entire game is based on this stamina bar, and you're trying to keep as much as possible because stamina directly translates to how far you can climb. When you're hungry, you lose stamina. When you get hurt, you lose stamina, and if you have no stamina, you die. And it's a fun, great time. You play with a bunch of friends, and they help you climb the mountain, usually. And I definitely have friends, but they seem to be all gone at the moment, so I'm gonna beat it solo. Yeah, so what? I've seen all of these other people do it, why are you so special? Well, once you beat normal Peak, you unlock some things. Oh, what's this? Ascent 1, fall damage is greater, so you beat that. Oh, what's this? Ascent 2, hunger grows faster than all previous modifiers, beat that. Ascent 3, beat that. Ascent 4, then 5, then 6, and then 7. And by the end, you have these 7 modifiers that make the game a lot harder. Some of these are really bad, like the night making you cold, and some of them are really not that bad, like taking extra damage. Just don't take damage! And to this day, I've never beaten Ascent 7. I beat Ascent 6, and then I stopped playing. So, let's do it. I start off on the beach and grab a backpack and some items from the suitcases, or in this case, presents. I played this when the map was changed to winter, so the ground is covered in snow despite being right next to the ocean. This has absolutely no effect on the gameplay, it's just there to flashbang you. These suitcases are littered all around the map and they usually have some goodies. These goodies consist of 2 main categories: consumables like bandages and thin mints, and climbing help like chain launchers and rope cannons. There are some exceptions, but who cares? The first thing I got from a suitcase was a pirate's compass, which is supposed to lead you to more suitcases, but in this case it led me to absolutely nowhere, so I just threw it out. And after grabbing some coconuts and berries, I was on my merry way to the actual mountain. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, go up the middle, and then from there go like over there. It seems pretty dense rocks. Thanks, me. After, I opened some more luggage and grabbed some more goodies. You may have noticed that my stamina bar is looking a little less full than usual. Thank you. You're very observant. Every item in this game has a weight value. Heavy items like coconuts quite predictably remove a lot of stamina. And since I'm a loot goblin, this brown weight part will stay quite big for most of the game because I grab absolutely everything I can. And now we can finally start climbing the mountain. Until... Oh... Here we go. Thanks to Ascent 5, during the night you start freezing to death. The only ways to get rid of cold during the night is huddling, which... that's rough, and items. I have a lantern on me which warms you up and allows you to not die during the night, but it's really heavy and it has limited usage. It's the only thing that removes cold for now, so we just have to take it and deal with the extra weight. And so I trudged on. And made it to the top. At the top is a statue that gives you some of the best items in the game. And I got an anti-rope cannon. It's just a rope cannon, except the rope has reverse gravity. It could have been better, but it's not terrible. The next level is the Tropics, which is a nice lush area except for all the bombs scattered around everywhere. I started by breaking my legs. This is why we have a first aid kit. And then went to collect all the luggage. It started turning night, but thankfully I found some peppers, which gets rid of your cold. I grabbed one more luggage and started heading up the mountain. So looking at this, it looks, I don't like see maybe the tree looks like it could have something. Oh yeah, did I mention the second stamina bar down here? This is extra stamina, which you get from eating certain foods. Once you use it, it doesn't recharge until you eat more food, but it's helpful for climbing up tall walls. Now we can start to climb this big tree, and at the top we find this, ancient luggage. When you open it, it hurts you a little bit, but it has the same OP loot pool as the statue. Yes! That is incredible. And I got an anti-rope spool. The anti-rope spool is just rope, except it goes up instead of down. Crazy. But I hope you can see how useful it is. You get 12.5 meters of extra height while using barely any stamina. What did that banana just do? Did you see that? Now it's finally time to get out of the tropics. So, why am I dropping all of my items here? As we've seen, the night makes you cold. And throughout the night, the most cold damage it can deal to you is exactly 1 full stamina bar. So if I could just get rid of every other debuff, at the end of the night I would pass out and wake up just in time to keep going. And so that's what I did. Instead of using this precious scorchberry, I could just go to the brink of death, and then when it turned day I would warm up and wake up like nothing ever happened. And now we have made it to the 3rd level. I touched the statue and got a fairy lantern, which is just a lantern that heals you. It's alright. Like the 2nd level, which can be either the Tropics or the Roots, the 3rd level can be either the Alpine or the Mesa. I had lots of experience with the Alpine, which was why I was so scared, because not only do you get cold from the night, you also get cold from random blizzards, which is fun. And it turned out to be the Mesa. To be 100% honest, I had never seen the Mesa before, so I had no idea what to expect. The thing that I quickly learned about the Mesa is that if you're in the sun, you start burning. So, expecting it to be hot all the time, I threw away the scorchberry. I won't need it. Now, moving on, I almost died to this tornado. So I appear to be in the... yeah, okay. Please let me go. Walked into this cactus for some reason, and then it hit me. Why am I cold? I'm in the Mesa. Okay, so after some more research, it appears that the cold does not end in the Mesa. You will still be cold in the Mesa, which, I mean, that's fair game, fair play. And just to add salt into the wound, the game started to make me hallucinate. Oh, yes. But... What? And then, while researching hallucinations, I passed out and my anti-rope spool decided to go to heaven. No! My rope! Did you know that the anti-rope spool flew upwards? Well, now you do. Despite that, I waited out the night and started trying to leave the Mesa. The rope spool was the only hope I really had left, because who knows if I would get more climbing help. But this Mesa did look pretty doable with lots of ledges, so I still had a little bit of hope. A little bit. What the fuck? Oh, we got cooked trail mix. See? All good. I don't... Why are there bombs everywhere? What the... Okay, I'm gonna set a piton right here. Let me climb onto it. Then, please. Oh my god! 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 You could stand there, please. This run is threading the needle. And after a long adventure of fun things, we finally make it to the end of the Mesa and touch the statue. And we get another anti-rope spool. So for your information, if you ever make a mistake, you can just fix it with pure dumb luck. That's life advice. And we have reached the Caldera. The Caldera is basically just a prelude to the Kiln, which is a giant volcano where you have to outrun the lava. The Caldera is just here to get you some extra items to prepare for it. So why does my shadow look like that? What the hell? And since it's an active volcano, there's actually no cold during the night, which is a huge relief. So I went to go grab some luggage and some bird eggs, while almost burning along the way, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Is a lie, but I ended up okay. Now at the checkpoint for the Caldera, there's a bunch of luggage and another statue, which I got an anti-rope cannon from. To be honest, there was nothing in my inventory that I would say is worse than the anti-rope cannon, so I just didn't take it. And in the end, I had a pretty good loadout with a bunch of food and good climbing help. So, let's climb the Kiln, the final frontier. It's like when humans landed on the moon, but significantly less important. The Kiln starts out pretty dense. You can go really anywhere and it'll probably work out. Okay, I appear to have been going the wrong way. I failed to choose your own adventure. I'm just stupid though. Now, the Kiln is all about speed. Obviously there's lava rising, but the real killer is your stomach. There is very little luggage, which means that the food you brought in is usually all you're gonna get. And after some pretty sketchy climbs, I got the pop-up that said the lava is rising. Now it's actually a race against the clock. As I climbed higher and higher, I could see the open sky above me. I still had the anti-rope cannon and most of the anti-rope spool, and so I climbed. I could start seeing the ice sheets that glitch through the volcano for some reason. Fix your game. But it meant I was almost there. Just a little more. I put my hands on the snow for one last time and made it to the peak on day 9. I made one last climb to get on top of the peak for real and lit the flare that I'd been carrying with me the entire time. And so the helicopter came to rescue me, and I had peaked. The hardest difficulty beat in first try. Yeah, this was easier than I expected.